Hello and welcome to all of us on Cricket Next. You are watching the morning bulletin with me, Karan Bali, and we have a lot to talk about. We finally have the last four teams in this IPL. It has been a very long tournament, and for the fourth spot, the competition, the fight, have been won by Mumbai Indians, and it has been a very long fight because the first two teams were more or less qualified quite early, especially Gujarat Titans at the top. But for the fourth spot, the fight went on till the very last match of the league stage, and Mumbai Indians is the team that came out victorious in that. And to give you the four teams that have qualified for the playoffs, it's Gujarat Titans, Chennai Super Kings, Lucknow Super Giants, and Mumbai Indians in that very order. And it was a fight out between RCB and Mumbai Indians, and an outside chance for RR if both the team had lost their respective matches yesterday with the big margin. Then RR could have been in, but that was a very long stretch for them. It was not quite possible. It was possible mathematically, but practically it was almost impossible for RR to qualify. It was a fight off between Mumbai and RCB. RCB just had to win their match. Mumbai had won their first match. We'll get into the details match by match. But Mumbai won their match and RCB lost their match against Gujarat, and that is the reason that Mumbai Indians have qualified for this year's playoff along with the three other teams that I just mentioned. So we'll start with the first match of the day that was played yesterday at 3:30 p.m. at the Wankhede Stadium. I was at the stadium. Cricket Mix was at the stadium. We did a live before the match. We showed you how the fans turned up to support to cheer Mumbai Indians into the playoff, and it was a huge turnout when it came to the fans, and people were shouting, cheering for Mumbai Indians, and they still had a belief that their team, who knows how to fight back, will qualify for the playoffs, and so did MI. They did qualify. Um, so SRH batted first. Mumbai won the toss and they chose to bowl. They put SRH into bat. SRH made a very good opening partnership, something they didn't do throughout the season. Probably that's why they have the wooden spoon, or as we say, they're at the very bottom of the table. SRH scored 200 for 5 in their innings, and Mayank Agarwal, the opener, was the pick of the batters. He scored 83 runs in just 46 balls. Some of his shots, I was watching from the press box, they were sublime. The way he was hitting the ball, and the way he celebrated his 50, he took out his helmet, he looked up because he has been in and out of injuries and in and out of form for a very long time. He was a mainstay in the Indian Test team for a very long time, and then he lost his place, and now fighting with injuries, and then coming back, and then being out of form. He finally scored a very good 83 run in 46 balls, and his opening partner supported him well with a very good half century. He scored 69 runs in just 47 balls with Virat Sharma. Uh, the opening partnership went on till 140, and at a certain point of time in the innings, it was looking like the SRH team is easily cruising towards let's just say 240. They were easily cruising towards 230, 240, but Mumbai Indians, the pick of the bowlers for Mumbai Indians, the youngster which stepped up was Akash Madhwal, who gave away 37 runs in his 4 overs, a bit expensive if you say, but he took the crucial 4 wickets. He stopped SRH from going to that 230 mark, so that 30 runs different. That 30 runs difference made a lot of help, gave a lot of help to Mumbai Indians and made a lot of difference in the result. Uh, and Mumbai came into bat. Ishan Kishan, who played a very good 2 or 3 shots in the beginning, he lost his wicket early, but then came Cameron Green and the skipper Rohit Sharma, along with the Australian all-rounder who has a big price tag on his head in this IPL. They both made a very solid partnership. And when skipper Rohit Sharma scored the second half century of this season, he scored 56 of just 37 balls. He looked good. Very good signs for the Indian fans as India is going into the WTC finals. So they want someone a batter like Rohit Sharma, the skipper of the team, the Indian team, being in good form, being in good touch. He scored 56 of 37 balls and then got out. But the man who took Mumbai Indians into the playoff now, we can say, is Cameron Green. 100 runs of just 47 balls, more than a strike rate of 200. And the way he played, as I said, I was in the press box during the match, and some of his shots were so good. Some was just brute power, while some had class, timing, and he is the future. He is the future. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Cameron Gray is the future of Australian cricket and world cricket. The way that guy is playing, he has showed some of his amazing skills, glimpses, rather I'll say, throughout the season. But this 100, just he just stamped his authority. He came into the presser after the match, and people got to ask him questions. And he was looking so confident. He was quite very generous with his words. He was he's a very down to earth guy, and he never boasts about himself. So he was a very young lad. He's a very young lad, and he talks good about cricket. He appreciated his skipper, the way he made a partnership with him. So it was a very good match all in all for Mumbai Indians. And after winning the match, all they were hoping for was RCB to lose. Even Rohit Sharma in the post-match presentation said that last year we helped RCB to qualify, so we'll be looking if they can do something. It was all in good fun. I asked Cameron Green in the post-match presser that if the team, how's the team feeling right now, and if they are looking at the RCB match in the dressing room. He said, yeah, we are relaxed. We are relaxed. We're just waiting for. We just we have done our bit, and we have to just wait and see what how the result will, how the things turn out for them in the RCB versus Gujarat match. And the boys were watching that match, and some of them were nervous. But he said, all in all, the camp is good. They are relaxed, and as he said, we have done our part. It's just up to our fate now. Let's see what happens. And so the things went into place for them. The things fall into place for them. We'll go to come on to the RCB versus Gujarat match at Swami. It was raining throughout the day, thunderstorm, hailstorm throughout the day in Bangalore. And the match started a bit late, half an hour, 45 an hour late rather. Um, but the match was played for full 20 overs, so no overs lost in that sense. RCB came on to bat. RCB, Gujarat Titans won the toss and they chose to bowl and they put RCB into bat. RCB came on to bat and they scored 197 for 5. And again, the pick of the batter, which had the opener Faf du Plessis, the man in form, was dismissed on 28 in 19 balls. Bracewell played a cameo of 26 runs in 16 balls, but again, the pick of the batter, the man who's in great form, who's called the king of cricket, rather, Virat Kohli, who scored his second consecutive century of this IPL. He scored a 100 against Yashasvi in the very last match of RCB, and now again Gujarati scored 101 off 61. He saw Faf du Plessis getting out Maxwell and the team crumbling in front of him, but that guy stood on one end and took the team through for the 20 overs and helped us be post 197 for 5. After match, he had certain things to say in the in the mid inning show, rather in the mid inning show. He said a lot of people, and I quote, a lot of people feel my T20 cricket is declining, but I don't feel like that at all. I feel I am playing my best again, enjoying myself, hitting gaps and big ones at the end. You have to rise to the occasion when the situation demands. And I take a lot of pride in doing, and I've been doing it for a while now. I feel really good in my game right now. There's been a lot of debate if Virat Kohli, players like Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma are now fit for T20, considering the strike rate or the approach they have towards the format. People want youngsters to take up this format so that they can be fearless and they can play with a big strike rate and with no apprehensions, with no baggage at all. And Virat Kohli, after scoring two back-to-back consecutive hundreds, he said that a lot of people feel my T20 cricket is declining, but I don't feel like that at all. I feel I'm playing my best again. So the way he played, he showed that he is in the best of his form. He's back in the best of his form. He had a slump for 3 years. I won't say the bad form because bad form by the standards of Virat Kohli, yes, but overall not that bad a form. Yes, 100 didn't come. It is a valid complaint to have. He didn't score 100, and someone like Virat Kohli, who was scoring hundreds for fun before 2020 or 2019 rather, him not scoring 100 for 3 years was a big concern. But the man is back in form, and how in the Asia Cup 100, the MCG knock, then 100 in ODIs against Sri Lanka, and Then Test match 100 against Australia in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, and now two back-to-back consecutive IPL hundreds. So he has not left a format: T20 International, ODI International, Test International, and 200s in IPL. And this is for the Indian fans. It is a very, very, very good news, and for the Australian fans and the team, it is a very concerning news that Virat Kohli is back in form, and we would hope that he goes on to play like this. But there was a little concern in the match in the 15th over. Kohli jammed his knee on the ground after taking the catch of Vijay Shankar. And after looking uncomfortable, Kohli spent the last over of the match in the dugout. So for the last few moments, you would have seen that Virat Kohli was in the dugout. He was not on the field because he jammed his knee on the ground, and I won't say the ground was wet because the um, but Swami is very good in that regard. That after in the ground rise off easily, the drainage system there is exceptionally well. But it was a matter of concern. But there has been no official news out yet, so we won't take it to that extent that he's injured or something. It was just a niggle, and probably he took great precaution because he knows that a very important test match is coming up, and we'll be hoping that he's all fully fit and fine. And now that RCB is out of the IPL, his focus will be turned towards the probably the biggest and the best format of the game, that is Test cricket, and a very important match, that is the final of the World Test Championship. India played the final last time also against New Zealand in England, but they lost. They have a second chance now. They have been exceptional even throughout the last 2 years in Test cricket. They deserve this final, and hopefully they play in a way that they deserve to win that final too. So these are the four teams that have qualified. Yeah, before that, I'm sorry, I missed it. How Gujarat chased down that score. Vijay Shankar in the Gujarat chase, there was one man who was the architect of that chase, but before him, we'll say Vijay Shankar scored 53 of 20, 35 balls. He played a great second fiddle to Shubman Gill. Yeah, Shubman Gill was the man who was the architect of that chase. That guy also scored his second consecutive century. He scored 104 of 52 balls at the strike rate of 200. And uh, two players scoring two consecutive centuries in one match. It is very rare, and Shubman Gill, the kind of a player he is, the class that he is, he showed his class yesterday at Chennai. So the shots he played, I mean, at strike rate of 200, and we call Virat Kohli the king of cricket, and we call Shubman Gill the prince of cricket. So that the social media was filled with these kind of tweets and Insta posts that the king and the prince arrived at Chinnaswamy. They both put up a class show for the fans. Unfortunately, Virat Kohli's knock had to end up in a losing cause, but the way Shubman Gill played, he looks in great touch, and Chennai Super Kings will have to be worried considering the form of Shubman Gill. CSK needs to put an end, and the man who can plan it all out is MS Dhoni. So he'll be looking closely at Shubman Gill, and he'll be arranging his troops and making plans for the bowlers to take Shubman Gill out early in the qualifier one. So Gujarat Titans won that match by 6 wickets, and what Mumbai Indians were hoping for after winning their match, came true that RCB lost their match, and the fans were RCB fans. They're used to this now for 16 years, but it hurts every time. If you saw the faces of the fans in the stadiums or even on social media, they were sad, they were defeated, they were disappointed. But for Gujarat fans and rather Mumbai Indian fans, it was a very good day this Sunday. So we have four teams now into the playoffs. We have Gujarat Titans, we have Chennai Super Kings, we have Lucknow Super Giants, and we have Mumbai Indians. And the first qualifier will be played at Chennai between Gujarat and Chennai Super Kings. Yeah, CSK will be playing a qualifier at their home ground, and both the teams look strong, very strong. Gujarat has an upper edge with the way they have been throughout the season, the form they have been ending the season on 20 points, the biggest margin at the very top of the table. And the eliminator will be, and again, the eliminator will also be played at Chennai. It will be between LSG and Mumbai Indians. While everybody wanted LSG versus RCB at certain point of time because what happened between Kohli and Gambhir, it is now LSG versus Mumbai. Then we'll have to wait and see that who gets eliminated and who moves on to qualify to play against the losing team of the qualifier one, be it CSK or be it Gujarat. And the qualifier two and the final both will be played at Ahmedabad. So two playoff matches, that is qualifier one and eliminator at Chennai, and two playoff matches, that is qualifier two, and the final match will be played at Ahmedabad Stadium, the Narendra Modi Stadium. So this is what happened, and a long, long, long wait. We came every day. We did a match, we did a permutation and combinations. We brought out our calculator, made everything as a fan. We could do to see where our team will go eventually uh, in the playoff scenario, especially if you're a fan of MI or RCB or RR. You took out your and I'm pretty sure you took out your calculators and did some little calculation here and there to see where your team probably ends up. And now that all that is over, uh, the fans of these four teams, congratulations to all of you, and the fans of all the other teams. It's time for you to relax and enjoy the cricket now because your team, unfortunately, is not in the playoffs. So it's time to enjoy. And after these four matches, as I said, the all important WTC final, once all these matches, IPL, once IPL gets over, then all these little fan clubs of different teams will come together to form one big fan club, probably the biggest, that is the Indian team fan club. And the Indian team fans will come together to cheer India to win this WTC final. They lost the last time, and they will be hoping that against Australia, the likes of Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, they all turn up. Mohammed Siraj, the form he has been in, so they would want the team looks in great touch. They go to England, they practice and they warm up and they give their best. That is all the fans ask for, and we would be hoping for an India win in the final. But that is a bit far as of now. We have four playoff matches to look forward to. Please tell us in the comments which team do you think will, which two teams will move on to the finals, and which team will win the match. You have our comment section down here, and you have our social media, be it Insta, Facebook, Twitter. Go follow us, subscribe us on the YouTube. Please subscribe our YouTube channel, Cricket Next, and leave a message. Tell your finalist, tell your winner if you have an opinion on what happened yesterday in both the games, on any beat, Virat Kohli, Shubman Gill, Cameron Gill, the three centurions, Green. So please let us know your opinions, your thoughts. What do you think went wrong for RCB? What do you think went right for MI? Which teams do you think are strong enough to go into the finals? And which is that one team which will win the trophy? Will Mumbai win their sixth? Will Chennai win their fifth? Will Lucknow win their first, or will Gujarat win their second? So there's a lot of competition combination. Gujarat and Lucknow, the first two seasons for them, and they are into the playoffs in both the seasons. So they are a very, very, very strong team. We would be hoping for a great contest between bat and ball for all the teams to put out their best foot forward and give their best in these four playoff matches, and probably the best team out of them to come out and win. Gujarat looks a bit more sorted out in a way to win the tournament because the way they have been as a straight top of the table, they look really, really, really good. So we'll have to wait and see what happens next. And meanwhile, you guys stay connected to us, stay with us, watch this IPL, enjoy this IPL. There's a lot of cricket throughout the year, especially if you are an Indian cricket fan. There's a lot of cricket throughout the year. So stay tuned to Cricket Next because Cricket Next has already reached Chennai. We'll be covering the matches from the ground, the pre Chidambaram, the Chepauk, the home of CSK. We'll bring you live visuals, we'll bring you live stories. We just did a video on MS Dhoni Sports Shop in Chennai. Please go to our YouTube channel and do watch. Our correspondents Sahil Malhotra and Vineet Ramakrishnan are in Chennai, and they'll give you great updates, great stories from that city and from that stadium when it comes to sports and to cricket especially. So please stay tuned to us and keep watching us and just enjoy this IPL. So please watching Cricket Next. Cricket matlab Cricket Next. Thank you.